People call me Carla now. I don't know why. I don't nobody. What do you mean? I don't no kids. I don't like the or the. They really thought they could take me down, huh? You thought wrong. I'm like a phoenix. I will rise from the ashes of any bullshit that comes my way. Just know that you picked the wrong fight. All the people that think that is a bad word.
There are two types of people on the internet. The normal ones who view and create normal content, and the ones who create content that leaves you thinking, what on earth am I watching? This second group is known as lolcows, a subdivision of internet trolls whose very existence is rooted in embarrassing behavior. And one of their leaders is this guy, Mariolord14, whose real name is Christian Rary.
You remember me? Hello, mortals. It is I, the one and only Z.
He is a 23-year-old creator who looks like he's in his mid-30s, and for some unknown reason, he's possessed by a deeply concerning level of main character syndrome. This is him, by the way. But you see, of all the lolcows on the internet, Mariolord thinks he's the one dripping with aura. He would often make edits of himself to this effect, claiming to be better looking than other plus-sized internet trolls like Nova. But even these poorly made and poorly scripted videos can't hide the loser inside of him. Mariolord's a creator from Illinois who built his entire online identity on cringe content, fictional characters, and publicly beefing with other internet losers.
Toxic Red. Haven't heard that name in a while.
He spent years pointing fingers at predators.
But then all these other allegations coming out against him, like SA, just that shit, that's fucking wild.
And laughed at creeps. But the deeper we looked into his case, we found out that he's even worse than the people he kept making fun of. Mariolord sent messages to a 15-year-old girl who told him to leave her alone. And there's his Discord server, filled with explicit content and minors, where some of the most degenerate conversations you've ever seen were happening out in the open. And even with the incriminating screenshots floating around, Mariolord kept posting on his page while denying the truth.
It's kind of obvious that this is not real at all. I did not do this. I did not text a minor. I did not forward with a minor. I didn't do anything like that at all.
He eventually got banned, but is still trying to crawl back into internet relevance with a new TikTok account with over 17,000 followers. What more did this TikToker do to create such a notorious reputation for himself? Grab your popcorn as we take a deep dive into the complete and unfiltered story of Mariolord, TikTok's most corny predator. Mariolord is just a weird guy on the internet doing weird things. His real name is Christian Carey. He is from Illinois, and he claimed to be 23 in 2025, which places his year of birth in the early 2000s. His age remains contested by internet users who see him as someone who looks older than his age, even though he acts immature all the time.
So why would you do this? Mainly just to see another side of me, you know?
Even the way he describes himself on social media is genuinely embarrassing to look at. For instance, take a look at his YouTube bio. Greetings, peoples. It's your boy Mariolord14. I do gaming, vlogs, and a bunch of funny content here. We can excuse this introduction since his account was created in 2016, when he was a teenager who didn't know any better. We all have embarrassing moments on the internet, and we outgrow them as we grow. However, this rule doesn't apply to Mariolord for some reason, because 3 years later, in 2019, he would create his Reddit account and write this in his bio. A thick boy that likes chicken and playing video games, is also a YouTuber, has depression and is a Taurus, also is a Mexican. Those 3 lines are what he chose to put out there as his introduction to the world, and these details barely do justice to what he truly is. Mariolord's a thick man who is thick in the head, and also in desperate need for real talent and content creation. His idea for content on his TikTok page is roleplay where he acts out characters that he invented by himself in his own head. Now, to be fair, creating original and embarrassing characters is not really a bad idea. Creative people, especially in the writing field, build fictional universes and populate them with interesting characters that audiences genuinely connect with. This was also a popular concept on TikTok where creators known as fictional influencers usually posted scripted stories. An example is this creator known as Tia.
Should I let my boyfriend go on a date with another woman?
First of all, I should make it very clear that this is not a date. This is an old friend who's visiting for the first time. I want to show her something special.
Just as long as it's not too special. Am I right, ladies? I just want to know more about her. Is she pretty?
She would tell random stories about her boyfriend or men in relationship in general. The premise was usually hilarious, like this particular clip where she claimed that her boyfriend had been refusing to meet her family because he was from African royalty. While this kind of content could be hilarious, the truth behind it is that it's all scripted. Tia herself isn't real. She's just a fictional character embodied by an actress named Kamesha Cotton. Kamesha was hired by a social media and live event-focused entertainment startup called Forefront, and she was just one of 22 other actors on the scene. And before we go further into the story, I need a small favor from you. I've started posting these deep dives on Spotify as well, so if you prefer listening instead of watching, or you just want to support me, make sure to follow me there. The link to my Spotify is in the description. Now, this type of fictional storytelling is entertaining, and it could be relatable to a wide audience, even though it doesn't sound believable. However, this is not the same strategy that Mariolord14 adopted. Instead of sticking with a relatable or interesting script, he built something less cinematic and high on the "you're about to lose your dinner if you watch this" side. Here's a brief introduction to a few of his fictional characters. There's Z, the one he calls his evil side and the central villain of his whole fictional world.
You remember me? Hello, mortals. It is I, the one and only Z. Or Zalago, whatever you prefer.
According to the lore Mario built around him, Z was a parasite that grew into a full-blown villain. He only ever knew darkness and could not understand light, even when it was right in front of him. Mariolord even has a whole backstory about Z's first confrontation with the other characters, which was a battle he almost won before Mariugi. Mario's inner child figure surprised him with an unexpected attack that ended with Z being trapped inside Mario's mind. Pathetic, right? Well, that's what Mario continuously showed to his followers on TikTok. Z is one of his main characters, and he's not the only villain in Mariolord's mind. And there's another evil side called Vice, because apparently one villain was not enough for him.
Now you tell me this? Z. Zalago. They have been asking for this for a long time. Can you tell me this now?
Vice started out as Mario's straightforward villain character, but over time Mariolord decided that Vice needed a rebrand. He was no longer the villain, and had now become his Riz side.
He's not as it anymore. He's mostly my Riz now, so that's mostly what he is now. He's mostly a Riz. He's mostly the Riz side of me. He used to be evil, but now he's not as evil.
In a way, this character was like a spirit to him, because it was the embodiment of his cool side. Mariolord described this version of Vice as a character that was more edgy, neutral, and morally gray, rather than outright evil.
And yeah, he's just kind of, he's just edgy mostly. He's mostly edgy. And yeah.
Vice was an important character for Mariolord, but he wasn't the most popular. That trophy went to Spectre, a cool person with no affinity for complete evil. By some miracle, Spectre was the only one his audience seemed to genuinely connect with. He is an anti-hero who lives inside Mariolord's mind, comparable in his own description to Deadpool, who is not fully good, not fully evil, but ultimately protective. Spectre's whole purpose in Mariolord's head is to guard Mariugi, which is what Mario calls his inner child. The lore behind how Spectre made his grand appearance into the scene is somewhat amusing. According to Mariolord, Spectre originally entered Mariolord's body with genuinely evil intentions, planning to use it to cause widespread destruction, but ultimately changed his mind after developing real affection for Mariugi. Mariolord plays this character like someone who has watched too much anime and not enough of anything else. And as if that wasn't cringe enough, Mariolord also has his own world, one which he calls the MarioVerse. And guess what? All his characters live there. Z causes chaos from the shadows. Vice does whatever the Riz side does. Spectre watches over Mariugi from inside Mario's mind, and the other characters show up whenever they want to. This is the reality of a grown man. Mariolord had an entire fictional universe existing exclusively in his head, and brought everything to life through TikTok roleplay videos that he clearly put significant time and emotional energy into. This big guy would shoot long videos, sometimes as long as 10 full minutes, roleplaying his imaginary characters and random storylines that he came up with himself. He would act out every role, do every voice, and commit every bit of energy into his choppy editing skills before posting. Like this one, where he tries to portray how each of his characters would react to the news of his death inside the Marioverse. This is how Mariolord behaves on the internet. A cringe lord with zero self-awareness. When he entered the internet back in 2016, he was still a teenager and he started posting on Instagram and YouTube. His very first YouTube video, titled Intro to My Channel, is still up on his account, and it features him and a friend excitedly talking about their plans for content creation.
get a camera, and then me and Christian, we can start filming together. And let us know in the comments what challenges you want us to do. Don't make it like really disgusting challenges.
Yeah.
Make it do like a Cheetos challenge or something like that.
In the video, they casually mentioned that they had just graduated from 8th grade, which really puts into perspective how long this guy has been on the internet and how little he has grown in all that time.
Yeah, since it's summer for us, we could do it every day.
we just graduated 8th grade.
Yeah.
His videos weren't impressive and they hardly raked in a lot of views. Some were less than 100. And his highest viewed video had close to 4,000 views. But the numbers didn't discourage Mariolord from posting frequently. In fact, he went as far as sharing personal information about himself. One time, he mentioned that he made excellent cat noises.
I'm really good at cat noises, like, obviously. Meow, meow, meow. See? And I can do the hiss.
And he also revealed that he has scoliosis, which is a condition where patients have an abnormal curve in their spine.
I have scoliosis. It's like a back problem. I don't know if it's on the back or like the bottom or the top. It's the top because...
Mariolord shared these details even though his audience were practically non-existent on YouTube. Till this very moment, his total subscribers are a little over 1,000, which is quite low and poor for an account that has been around for nearly 10 years. Mariolord eventually made his way to TikTok around 2020, and for the first couple of years, he went almost completely unnoticed. He posted song reviews alongside his usual random content. Still, he was just another guy in the algorithm doing his thing, not getting much traction. It was just like his YouTube channel all over again. But around 2022, that started to change. Mariolord's song reviews began to gain views, and people recommended different song choices for him to rate. For the first time in his online career, Mariolord was getting real attention. The problem was that the attention immediately started going sideways. One of the earliest viral moments on his TikTok page came when people questioned whether he was actually Mexican, since he did not speak Spanish, and his appearance was leading them to different conclusions. Mariolord responded by claiming that he was Mexican.
I am not white. I am pinche Mexican. Chingo.
However, no one believed him, and this led to one of the most popular comments on his entire page. "That's my favorite white boy." Commenters would mock him by calling him a white boy posing as a Mexican, and Mariolord, being the type of person he is, always responded with more videos.
Mama whip. I am pinche Mexican. Tu chingo. Vete a la mierda, pinche madre. Tu chingo. A la verga, pinche puta.
It was a self-perpetuating cycle of cringe that he could never escape because he kept feeding the attention. Every explanation made things funnier, and before he knew it, he was viral in the most embarrassing way possible. People also knew him from his speedrunning content, specifically a mobile game from 2011 called Where's My Water. It's not exactly the most prestigious speedrunning category in the world, but it was part of Mariolord's identity early on. If you took a hard look at him during this time, you would just see a weird, cringy guy on the internet who liked speedrunning mobile games, arguing about his ethnicity, and making content that confused people instead of entertaining them. And as if his reputation wasn't bad enough, Mariolord also had ongoing beef with not one, but two creators simultaneously. One of them is a creator named Toxic Red, who's just another cringe creator, who thinks he's the main antagonist in his story.
To be honest with you, my friend, it's quite simple. It's fun being the bad guy. No rules, good benefits.
He claimed he had more aura than Toxic Red, and even likened his aura to Brawly, a buff character from Dragon Ball.
You think I'm afraid of him? I'm not afraid of Toxic No Sabo Red. He's afraid of me, the Mariolord14, with the stronger aura. My aura is like Broly's. His is like a little tiny ant compared to me.
This is a grown man comparing his essence to that of a cartoon character and challenging someone to a fight. And it didn't end with this declaration. Mariolord continued to make videos about Toxic Red, claiming that he was trying to be him because he was the one with the bigger aura.
Toxic Red. Haven't heard that name in a while. Don't get it twisted, mortal. He wants to be me. I'm not trying to be him. He's trying to be me.
And this brings us to his second and most well-known internet beef with Nova Online, whose real name is Gabriel Gage. Nova is another TikTok lolcow who had his own set of controversies and a reputation that preceded him badly. The Nova beef was entertaining to watch from a distance. Mario roasted Nova's weight, his boxing form, his content quality, and everything he could think of.
Can someone explain to me why Nova looks like he's pregnant? Bro. Like, how are you built bigger than me? And you say that you work out?
And in response, Nova posted a video of himself hitting a punching bag. I'm one up against Mario Lord. I actually go to the gym. And he would keep posting videos of himself hitting the gym. In response, Mario fired back with one of the most dramatic responses in the history of internet beef.
Nova, or should I say Gabriel Gage? You really think you can scare me, huh? I am broy compared to you. Try me, fellow lolcow.
The funny thing about the whole situation was that neither of them were ever going to fight in real life, and TikTok commenters always pointed out how similar both him and Nova were, even though such comments always triggered him.
Yeah, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. Like, at this point, he needs to wrap this shit up and physically leave the internet.
If you watched from the sidelines, they were simply two people having a lolcow showdown, and it was something between hilarious and embarrassing. Through his encounters with Nova, Mariolord began to gain a bit of self-awareness, and he soon identified as a lolcow. He wasn't just any lolcow, though. Mariolord called himself a Mexican lolcow, and he would frequently make edits of himself and other lolcows, especially Nova, lumping them in a group he called white lolcows. In these edits, he would more or less pose as the better-looking spectacle compared to the other internet trolls. Soon after attaining lolcow enlightenment, Mariolord started copying Nova's content format around this time, doing food review videos in the same style Nova was known for.
Expecting so many Nova comments. Anyway, the dragon flame grilled waffles.
He would wander around with snacks, try them on camera, and deliver his verdict like a 2-year-old reviewing food content.
Really good. Tastes like a really fresh pickle.
Mariolord the food critic was basically telling the world that the food tastes exactly like what they were. For Captain Obvious, the ketchup Doritos tasted like ketchup and the pickled Doritos tasted like pickles. This isn't how a food critic would evaluate food, and Mariolord wasn't even much of a healthy food person. That much is obvious from body size. From the fictional characters to song and food reviews, Mariolord proved time and time again that he was a TikTok creator who lacked creativity and a bone for solid entertainment, and this was the case across all his social media accounts. While Mariolord was making a fool of himself on TikTok, his YouTube channel still remained in the spotlight, marinating for the moment his cringe content would worsen 100-fold.
Back. To be fair, I might as well let Spectre talk about it because, you know, he knows a lot more than me.
Mariolord was obsessed with creating what he called his own fanfic series. He touched cartoon characters like Gwen and Trent from Total Drama Island, and Elsa from Frozen, and the fashion icons in Bratz. Mariolord's favorite subjects, which featured in recurring series, were teenage cartoon characters, specifically Applejack and Nikki and Raquel from the Barbie franchise. His first ever fanfic was the Applejack story, and Mariolord disclosed that he got the inspiration for this story when he was getting dressed one particular morning.
This fanfiction was something I kind of made up when I was getting dressed from the shower.
With time, this inspiration became self-insert fantasy scenarios that Mariolord would either act out on camera or narrate in detail for his audience. On the surface, fan fiction is completely normal. Millions of people write it, and it has been a part of internet culture. But Mariolord's version of fan fiction was not normal at all. For instance, Nikki and Raquel from Barbie, Life in the Dream House, are fictional teenage girls designed for children's entertainment, and Mariolord made detailed, explicit self-insert videos about them. He opened one video by casually announcing that Nikki was his girlfriend.
In my imagination mind, because it's fucking huge, my girlfriend is Nikki inside my imagination mind. Nikki, the black from Barbie.
In another of his episodes, as he liked to title them, he and Nikki had broken up, and Barbie had taken her spot.
Yeah, but Nikki's no longer my bae. I have 3 now. So yeah. Time to bring back the... I know who's taking her spot. Barbie is.
From the excitement in his tone, it seems as if he genuinely believed this story. What if he wasn't just delusional, but downright sick in the head? Because what human would self-insert in such a story and be happy about it online? In Mariolord's first fanfic video titled Applejack F***ed Me While I'm Asleep, he described a scenario where the My Little Pony character assaulted him while he was unconscious. The unsettling part about this behavior was that Mariolord seemed genuinely proud of this content. He was smiling and giggling as he whispered his disgusting story, as if that was a normal story a normal human being would post on the internet. As always, Mariolord was talking to an audience that sometimes did not amount to the figure of his age, and it's quite baffling that his fan fiction spanned into 2 seasons, even with such a low reception. But they still remain on his page, visible for anyone who cares to spare him a second thought. Although it can be excused that he was probably in his early teen years, the way he always spoke about this female cartoon character in these series really says a lot about how much he objectified them. And this behavior speaks volumes about Mariolord's disregard for women. If you even take a look at it from another angle, it might seem as if he was being open about his deepest fantasies. Mariolord often spoke about how these fictional characters took advantage of him while he was sleeping. We saw that in the Applejack story, and the same pattern repeated itself in another story about Lindsay from Total Drama Island. In a video he titled, Lindsay Gets Happy, he described falling asleep during a movie and waking up to find kiss marks on him, claiming that she had done things to him while he was unconscious.
Watched the movie, like halfway through the movie I fell asleep, and then I felt stuff everywhere. Then I woke up, kiss marks everywhere.
And here's the shocking part about Mariolord's fantasies. They're not limited to him being the victim. For him, everything happens when one party is unconscious. There are times that Mariolord spoke at length about being intimate with a girl in her sleep.
The summary of this is like, imagination, me, God. Like a girl in her sleep, because she was desperate and did that.
This kind of intimacy is basically non-consensual by nature, and here he was showcasing to the world that he created it in his imagination. Mariolord's thoughts have even been personified through one of his characters. Remember Z Vice Inspector? Well, there's another character he calls Carl. According to Mariolord, Carl is a drug and popsicle seller, and the way he talks about how this character behaves around kids is absolutely disgusting. What's more disturbing is that Carl would later be turned into his cousin in Mariolord's mind's eye. Yep, that's his name, guys. This video was made before he was made into my cousin. That's why he has my last name. Once again, the lack of proper self-awareness is staggering. Mariolord not only acted like a madman while talking about his character/cousin, but he also had the guts to post it online, and this was in the year 2023 when he was in his early 20s. What responsible adult would create a character that children and call that character a cousin? Mariolord's a human being who received formal education. He graduated from Bradley Bourbonnais High School in Illinois in 2020, yet he wasn't acting like an educated fellow. Even the way he speaks is terrible. In some of his videos, Mario speaks like a toddler and has a thing for using the word fuck instead of the original curse version.
I forgot to shout the fucking where the fucking speed they fuck. Man, what the fuck? Why I have fucking 5,000 followers on my fucking Instagram?
Most times, the root of his annoyance is usually nonsensical. One time, it was because of Minecraft. When a lot of users, particularly kids, complained about a new feature in the game, he made a video calling them childish for not liking the changes. This is a grown adult who sat down on his couch to call out a 12-year-old girl on TikTok. He was upset because she had made a Get Ready With Me video, and he felt she was filming too close to the lower region of her body. He said she was trying to be at a young age, and was moralistic about the whole thing. Meanwhile, he himself was sitting shirtless on camera while recording this video. Can you imagine the hypocrisy? A grown man in his 20s criticizing a 12-year-old's camera angles for being too revealing, while he himself sat there with his shirt off. This unreasonable behavior is what makes Mariolord's story completely irritating to look at. There were times where he tried to bring out his non-existent scholarly side through unprovoked discussions about men's rights. Out of nowhere, Mariolord would regularly post videos, reminding his audience about the struggles of being a man, and he often positioned himself as a voice for misunderstood men everywhere.
Did no one tell me that men just don't get told nice things?
Isn't it obvious? Because no one cares at all. Anytime we say we have weakness, people just say grow up or be a man. You know how that makes us feel?
This is the same man who is calling a 12-year-old girl inappropriate names for her camera angles, and the same person who made explicit self-inserted fan fiction about teenage cartoon characters. Here he was, speaking solemnly to his audience about how men do not get enough empathy.
And girls always say that their lives are harder. Well, listen here. Our lives are also hard too. Don't completely forget about the people that pretty much make the world. We go through it too. Not just you.
It's hard to get his point when he has been ridiculous 90% of his internet time. Even the time he tried to speak up against ICE, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, he somehow managed to sound dumb in the process. He wrote, "I swear every day I hear about what ICE is doing. I don't mind, obviously, but damn, these the people serving justice? Yeah, right? How do you try to sympathize with the public and still say you don't mind? People in the comments threw the question at him, but it's clear that if he never noticed the contradiction before hitting the post button, he would be just as slow to grasp everyone's reactions. Mariolord's 2 cents on the topic really made him an unintelligible content creator, and it proved that his years of education were wasted. When you look at his habits up until this point, you start to wonder if something life-changing had been the cause of Mariolord's problems. Did anything happen in his childhood? Why did he turn out the way he did? On this topic, there's the issue of his father. In one of his old YouTube videos, Mariolord said something about his parents getting arrested.
I'm going through. You know, like being poor, losing 2 family members, fucking my parents nearly getting arrested, losing a fucking car.
For context, Mariolord had made the post as a ranting and venting session. He spoke about dreams for the future with his wife and kids, and claimed that he would treat his children like young adults once they crossed 18. And in doing so, he didn't want them to live his life, jobless and in poverty, with criminal parents.
Try to at least get some kind of job. Because they're not going to be like me, that's still struggling to get a job right now. I just want them to do their best in life.
Mariolord never spoke further on the topic, but the possibility remained. Then later on, a creator named Liquid Mario looked into the public records and found that Mariolord's father had been arrested for a 14-year-old child. Mariolord posted his update, explained he was staying with his uncle, and then continued making content. He did not reflect on it publicly or tried to connect it to anything in his own behavior. He just kept going, as if it was simply something that had happened and was now over, rather than something worth sitting with. By the end of 2023, Mariolord had a following, a Discord server, his character universe, his ongoing beef with Nova and Toxic Red, and a growing reputation as one of TikTok's more entertaining lolcow. From the outside, it looked like a weird guy who had found his weird corner of the internet and was living in it comfortably. But from the inside, things were far more complicated. And in January 2025, the outside finally got a clear look at the inside. YouTuber Poohboy posted a video covering Mariolord in comprehensive detail. It was the first real expose on Mario, the first time someone had put everything together in one place and shown it to a wider audience, and it landed hard. Poohboy had revealed Mariolord's disturbing relationship with his dog Jackson, although this behavior had already been public since 2016. In addition to this revelation, Poohboy revealed a screenshot of a direct message conversation between Mariolord and a 15-year-old girl. In the conversation, he had sent her a photo of himself, and she responded by asking how old he was and telling him he was too old to be talking to her. The young girl explicitly stated her age and told him to leave her alone. And his response to the boundary she was setting was, "I think I have a crush on you. Can we talk, please?" How can an adult say that to a young girl? There's no way you can twist this story for it to justify Mariolord's behavior. He professed love to a minor who clearly wanted nothing to do with him. This attitude shows just how much Mariolord can't tell right from wrong, yet he would always be eager to call out other predators. Mariolord was the epitome of an internet sicko who kept trying to be relevant. Poohboy's video helped bring him to the broader internet, which was something Mariolord couldn't do in over a decade since he launched his YouTube channel. But unfortunately for him, this attention wasn't the kind he expected, and he quickly voiced his thoughts on his TikTok page. Mariolord called Poohboy's video bullshit, and tried to act like he was cool with the situation, which for the record he was not.
Have y'all seen the video that what's his name? Poohboy made on me? Wow. 13 minutes of just bullshit. It was 13 minutes of just bullshit.
He even went on to say that Poohboy had found his video amusing, and was therefore one of his fans.
But Poohboy was laughing his ass off. I'm pretty sure it's at one of my Dragon Ball-esque speeches. Like, I'm pretty sure he's a fan now. Like, God, I hope he is.
That video got taken down. It was reportedly flagged for harassment and removed either by TikTok or by Mario himself, when he realized it was not landing the way he planned. But Poohboy had already archived it, so it did not disappear. All the evidence of his wrongdoings were out on the internet. These were irrefutable proof that Mariolord was a hazard to society. When it was time to own up to his actions, what did Mariolord do? He tried to wiggle his way out of the situation again. In a video he captioned, addressing these allegations, Mariolord came out with all sorts of nonsensical excuses. First, he claimed that the dog allegations were wrong, and according to his own logic, he wouldn't be that stupid to play with his dog so inappropriately. He spoke with a kind of annoyance, as if he genuinely believed that people were misunderstanding something that he felt was being taken out of context. This was the same guy who casually spoke about sexual and the horrid fan fictions that he made up in his head. Now, he had the guts to talk, as if he was not a depraved person who would his own pet, and his lies didn't end there. In addition to the dog allegations, Mariolord also addressed the screenshot of his text with the 15-year-old. He called it dumb and unreal, and said that the situation would only look incriminating in the eyes of strangers who didn't know him.
It's a dumb screenshot, obviously, but like it's obviously, you know, for people that don't know me, it looks incriminating. For people that know me, it's kind of obvious that this is not real at all.
Then, as if his opening speech wasn't pathetic enough, Mariolord stooped to another low level by completely denying having texted a minor.
But, of course, obviously it's a yes or no question. Did I do this or not? No. I did not do this. I did not text a minor. I did not forward a minor. I didn't do anything like that. At all.
Then in the same breath, he said something that was utterly stupid and unreasonable. Mariolord called the controversial screenshot AI material, and said that the only real thing in the photo was his picture. How can a responsible adult come up with such a lame and disgusting lie? It was obvious that he was guilty of it and had been caught in the act, but why did Mariolord think that saying this would make his situation any better? So the theory he was presenting here was that someone hated him enough to use artificial intelligence to fabricate a realistic-looking DM conversation, complete with his real profile photo, just to destroy his platform. And what was his evidence? His word of mouth.
If I did do this, I would have said something about it. Like, seriously, I would have said something about it if I did do this. So, because y'all know how I overshare. I would have said, yeah, I would have done this. You know, I would have probably like...
But here's the million-dollar question. Who would want to go through the trouble of setting him up like this? Who would take his low-budget cringe videos and run it through AI to make something so disturbing? Nothing Mariolord said in this response video made remote sense. No one believed him as expected, and even Mariolord himself knew that. So, he turned off his comments. Mariolord could not stay accountable for 60 seconds. Every single time he got anywhere near acknowledging what had happened, he quickly turned it into a performance. After the Pooh Boy videos went up and the story spread, Mariolord entered what the reference materials describe as an extreme drinking phase. It was a nonsensical period where he began posting videos of himself being visibly drunk, slurring his words, stumbling around and rambling incoherently at his phone camera. Except here's the thing. He was not actually drunk in most of these videos, at least not to the degree he was performing.
I am literally very messed up right now. I've had a lot of Modelo. I was at a birthday party, and I had a lot of Modelo.
His shout-out videos during this period were equally painful to watch. These were videos where he would read out fan names and say something nice about them while claiming to be drunk.
I'm about to do some fucking shout-outs. I have a little bit of alcohol in my system. I'm sorry.
You know, it's funny how he does these long shout-out videos when his total view count combined can barely amount to 1 million, but he kept making and posting them as if they were valuable content. Mariolord lost his TikTok account after he got permanently banned in February of 2025. He vented on his Instagram page where he unknowingly revealed that the permanent bans had been as a result of multiple violations. Mariolord had amassed over 59,000 followers before he lost access to his account. He eventually created a new one and began afresh, gaining over 17,000 followers in a year. Believe it or not, the new followers comprised the old internet users who were very aware of Mariolord's lockhouse status. It didn't take long before Mariolord became embroiled in more internet drama when screenshots from his Discord server were leaked to the general public. Mariolord's Discord server was, by his own account, a place where he spent a lot of his time. He talked about it constantly and posted videos about how sad he was when people did not join. He even curated a playlist for it on his TikTok page. It was clearly important to him, maybe because this was a community he had built around himself where he was the center of attention, and the rules were whatever he decided they were. And the rules, as it turned out, included no meaningful age verification. Mariolord has stipulated that members should be. Be nice to the mods and him, not use slurs or send offensive pictures and memes. However, there were no clear stipulations for the type of people that could be welcomed. This meant that even minors could join. And minors did join, especially a notorious underage named Swag Ryan. And since there wasn't any strict moderation in place, these young ones had to witness chaos unfold in the server. Several of the custom stickers used during chats featured Mario in various states of undress. One sticker literally labeled Mario the server files. They weren't private images, but the official custom stickers of his community server, and every member of the server could use in any conversation, at any time, in a server where minors were present. The conversations happening among members of the server were genuinely disgusting and horrifying. One person wrote that they should have been hired to draw MLP characters, and someone else replied by asking if they could draw feet. Someone said my belly, and another member responded by saying it was making them aroused and asking them to stop. There was an entire thread where someone announced that a certain type of was arriving at your doorstep. Not to mention, the entire time they used slurs, which was prohibited in the rules. By the way, it was really hypocritical of Mariolord to set such a rules when he himself had openly stated that he doesn't believe the N-word is bad.
All the people that think that is a bad word.
His Discord was a dump site, filled with cringe people such as himself. They spoke openly about sweaty armpit fetish. Someone asked for members to show them their feet, and received multiple enthusiastic responses. The Discord server eventually got nuked by one of its controversial members, Swag Ryan. Mariolord explained that he had been on a call with a few people when he saw his channels get deleted in real time, and not long after they found out who was responsible.
The literal second I left the call, everything was deleted. Like literally, I saw in real time. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we found out who did it. I'll just give you one hint. Swag Ryan.
Swag Ryan is a person who had been called out for being a pedophile.
How f***ing old were they, Ryan?
Triple.
I didn't know!
Triple.
Mariolord also joined the people who criticized Swag Ryan. In one of his videos, he said that Swag Ryan was fully aware of what he had done and shouldn't be excused.
I was just gonna make a video about this. Dead serious. Trying to act like he didn't know what their fucking ages were. He fucking knew.
But in the grand scheme of things, this Mexican lolcow wasn't in any position to make such statements. Mariolord had spoken inappropriately to a minor and refused to take accountability for it, and he had also hosted Swag Ryan, an exposed file on his Discord server. This tells you the kind of person he is, and the kinds of people in his inner circle. You can even tell from the obscene messages that were leaked from his Discord server. Like the cockroach that he is, Mariolord's internet reign didn't end after Swag Ryan nuked his Discord. He created another one, and embarked on a new quest to get more people to join his server. Now he continues to make content out of every single thing he does in his daily life. He would post self-glazing edits of himself that he made by himself, and he also records videos while shopping at stores, and bursting into fits of unnecessary laughs every 2 seconds.
Oh snap, Mario, that's right. 2 million years later.
He also continues to post music reviews, perhaps hoping it could give him the lion's share of followers like it did the last time in his other TikTok account. And he's still a man baby who begs his audience to donate money for him to buy a PS5.
I have a GoFundMe for a PS5. No, this isn't a joke.
Mariolord is living his life as a self-ordained lolcow, and for as long as he continues to have a platform, he won't be changing anytime soon.